It was crazy. It was like everybody had my back until I got signed, and then I got slapped, and everybody's like, "Oh, who is this guy?" You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a wild ride, bro.
What do they say? What are they mad about?
I have no idea. They're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
they're
this
just mad at everything.
oh, this dude's dry. Oh, they picked the wrong guy, this and that." Bro,
Oh God.
get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I would have
There's zero people they could have picked that weren't going to eat that shit.
oh, I would have fought Nate Diaz. No, you fucking wouldn't have. Do you know, dude, do you know how stupid you sound? I wish this is what they say. They're like, "Oh, I wish they had chosen me so I could have slapped Nate Diaz back." Do you know how stupid you sound, bro?
Bro.
Think about that.
That I hope I wish they would have too, so I could have seen the aftermath of that fucking act. Yeah, go ahead,
Bro,
dude. Slap Nate Diaz. See how that goes for you.
you have UFC people all around you. You have Nate Diaz's entire team. This is your first event at a UFC. All of a sudden, you're going to fight Nate Diaz, and then you're never going to be allowed back at the UFC ever again. Plus, you're probably going to end up in the fucking hospital because you're going to get stomped out by A, Nate Diaz's team, B, the UFC security. You know what I mean? Like, oh
Dude,
God,
did you
people are
wait?
so
So was
stupid,
that
dude.
is that your first event with a press pass?
Yeah, that was our first time
Oh,
doing UFC, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, "Oh, I would have hit him back." No, you fucking wouldn't have. Okay.
no. I mean, you could just lead off with it's fucking Nate Diaz in front of you. Like it's like, hey, I know he looks goofy, but he'd strangle you, bring you back to life to strangle you again, and then fuck your face up if he felt like it. It's like,
And then you know
dude,
what I
if you're gonna
mean?
pick, yeah, if you're gonna pick a UFC fighter with a crew that's more certain to jump a dude that slaps Nate Diaz or just slaps their fighter, like you're going, like they just size it up. They'd be like, Nate could take this by himself, and they're like, yeah, but I like kicking dudes' teeth out, so
Straight up.
that's
And then
that's happening.
they'd all spark one together over your fucking corpse. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Blow
He'd
smoke in
probably
your
he'd
face to
probably say
fucking
what's up
wake
to you
you up.
next time though. Like if you took it like a man, they'd be like, dude, we whipped your ass, dude. You're like, I know, man. I know. Do you think that if Nate Diaz goes into the Hamzat fight and gets his ass whipped for
Mhm.
5 straight rounds, like 5 full rounds of just getting just pulverized,
Mhm.
do you think his stock goes down or up afterwards?
Nate Diaz's stock does not go down no matter what happens in this fight.
I agree with that, unless he gets starched in the first or something. Like if he gets like knocked out super quick, that's the only way I could see. And actually, you know what? I don't even think that's true either, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It does because he's supposed to lose. It doesn't
Yep.
matter how he loses. He was supposed to lose anyways. So how is your stock going to go down? It's your
Yep.
last fight in the UFC. You're one of the most famous, most respectable guys that's ever fought. And, it's your swan song. So no matter how this fight ends, your stock's not going to go down.
Yeah.
You're still going to have the opportunity to fight Jake Paul.
Yep. You talked to someone about that yesterday, right? Did you talk to someone
About,
about that Jake Paul fight? Did I see that on your channel? Like something about
oh,
the
yeah, I was going off about it, bro. I was going off about the Rockman Jr. and Jake Paul fight.
so what exactly happened? Like I like from all the only thing I looked at
Yeah.
was what Chael said about thinking that Rockman was planning to juke it on the weight from the beginning, and that he basically was going to get to the fight and then be way over and just go, I'm not walking out, or if you guys penalize me financially, I'm not walking through the curtain, and
Yeah.
just hold the promoters hostage. Essentially, that's literally like the only thing that I've seen. I don't really even. All I know is that he was much heavier and he had to get down to a certain weight in order to do the fight with Jake.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, that's all I know.
So I'm going to look up the hydration clause right now.
It's a New York thing, right?
Jake put it in the contract, I think, as well. Let's see. Final detail explained about the fight. Okay, so we are fighting at 200 pounds. He has to weigh 200 pounds on Friday. On Saturday morning, he can weigh as much as 215. So he can rehydrate 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the night of the fight, he's allowed to weigh whatever the fuck he wants. So he could be fucking 230 the night of the fight. Obviously, you wouldn't want to because you would have to eat like a fucking ton and you'd be going in there with a, full belly fight night. But so what essentially happened was, and this is what pisses me off too. is because people are like, oh, he still had a week. He had a week to cut down, you know. Jake wasn't selling enough tickets.
Well, that's what
Oh,
Dana said.
dude, everybody says that.
Yeah.
It's not just Dana. There's a lot of people out there. Oh, he's not selling enough tickets, bro. If you think Jake Paul is, I mean, everybody's worried about money. Okay, I'll say that much. It's a promotion. It's a business. Everybody's worried about money. Jake Paul's doing all right. He's got a lot of money in his bank account. If you think that Jake Paul wouldn't jump on the opportunity to say break even at Madison Square Garden, but he gets the opportunity to knock the fuck out of a legit 12-1 boxer, his stock goes through the roof. All of a sudden, he's going to sell even more tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just wonder if it's him making the decision or not. Like, it's like, I don't know the nature of like his, cause he's got the guy, what's his name? That used to be the accountant for the UFC, Nikisa.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, like the thing about the weight,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems that that's completely real. So like, I mean, I guess the only question is like, did they see an opportunity to jump off of what they had anticipated was going to be a financial loss, or is this really like Jake's like, dude, fuck that. Like we set the parameters. The guy's not following them. I'm not fighting him. You know?
Why would you reward a guy like that? You know what I mean? 24 days ago, he had signed the contract. In that time, he had lost less than 1 pound. So what
Yeah.
makes them think in a week's time he's going to do any different?
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
And
It's
Hasim Rahman said in his video, he says, my body physically would not let me lose the weight. You know, I tried, my body would not let me get down to that weight.
Oh, you know what? I did see more of that. He started double talking a little bit, like where they were like, where I think the conclusion that it looked like was like when he first weighed in, he had dumped 15 pounds of probably water weight in, and then the reason why it looked like he'd only lost a half a pound is because he probably just lost the water weight again, and it was like, unless you're doing, I mean, the water weight's the easy part to get off. Like, I mean, well, I guess it's kind of primarily all water weight, but the initial 15 was probably easy. He probably just did the exact same thing again. He was like, oh shit, I can't get lower than this right now. Comes in 15. They're like, what are you doing, dude? Because
Yeah,
he probably really was going to hold the promotion hostage. Like, he's just like, oh, what? We're just not going to do this now. And they're like, no, actually, we're not. We're not going to do this.
exactly. You signed the contract to make 200 pounds. What excuse do you have? If you go into that fight knowing that you have to make 200 pounds and you put pen to paper saying, I am going to make 200 pounds, whether you think he's trying to cut you down to fight you as a depleted fighter,
Without any doubt, he is. But
that does not matter because
exactly,
you
doesn't
signed
matter.
the
Yeah,
fucking contract,
totally.
right? So there's no argument to be made.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. The offer was, are you willing to be a depleted version of yourself and fight Jake Paul for a 7-figure payout? I don't know what he's making, but like, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah. As
And then in
soon
his
as you
mind,
put
he's
the
like,
pen to paper,
but
you said yes.
yeah, yeah, no,
It's
yeah,
wild to me, bro.
yeah, because Jake can't lose. Like, that's the thing about this whole endeavor too. Is like he's got to, like, that's the opposite of Nate. Like Jake Paul has to win for the train to keep moving. So
Mhm.
like, I mean, that's a tremendous risk to fight Rockman in the first place. So I mean, I have nothing but respect for Jake Paul anyway. Like, I think he's hilarious, dude. I saw
Mhm.
one of these. I saw one of these. I saw a short that he did that I sent to everybody. I was like, dude, that is. He's like, he's got his girl, and he's like, he's all, hey yo, check it. He's like, if she makes this shot, you have an STD. And I'm like, what? And right as she's about to shoot, he slaps a basketball out of her hand. He's all, you're good, dude. Keep fucking.
Yeah. Who doesn't love shit like that? I'm
It's
sorry.
fucking
You're fucking,
hilarious.
bro, you're a lame if you don't laugh at shit like that.
It's hilarious, especially because she clearly did not know that it was coming. Like,
Not
she
at
like
all.
is like getting like she's all getting ready to shoot, and he just slaps it out of her hand.
Oh, yeah.
So funny, dude.
Ah, bro.
But
And
he's
then,
like,
like, excuse me, I hate to keep coming back on this, but um, damn, I lost my train of thought. Hasim Rahman, heavyweight, Shit, what was I going to talk about here?
I don't know. In the interim, I was going to say my business partner, who's a Navy SEAL, he does the boxing charity with Jake, and he said he's like, dude, he's fucking cool, dude. Like he's like they go around and they box with kids and stuff, and like
Mhm.
and yeah, he's like, dude, he's cool. Like he's super cool.
Oh, I
No,
got it. I got it. So we were at the press conference with Jake and Rockman,
mm,
and they were talking about they were doing it was the same excuse that he's giving now. He's like, "Oh, you sparred me when I was at 230 and you said you beat me up at 230. Like, why don't you just take this fight?" And then one of Rockman's people in the back was yelling at him as well. He's like, why don't you just take that fight? And then Jake claps back at him. He's like, then why do they have weight classes in boxing, dumb fuck?
yeah.
And he's completely right, bro. Like sparring a guy, you can spar a guy who's way heavier than you because you're not fighting. You're not putting 100% on your punches.
Mm-hmm.
You go in, like, it's just, to me and you, this is common sense.
Well, what you think? Like, yeah, you think Rockman was going 100% on like, yeah, it's of course, dude.
You know what I mean?
And also to your point, you agreed to the terms. Like, why are you what are you talking about? Like, why don't you just take the fight? What the fuck are you talking about? Why didn't you negotiate this before when you signed a contract?
What am I going to agree to fight a guy that's 30 pounds heavier than me? Do you know how
Yeah.
fucking stupid that sounds, bro?
They're all, why don't you fucking stab yourself in the liver and then fight like that, just like in the movie Gladiator? Because that would be super fucking dramatic if you won, dude. Think about that. He's all,
Just do it, bro. Just do it.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do it?
Yeah. Why would I do
Outta
that?
here.
They're all, because, dude, that'd be super gangster.
Yeah.
I think we're going to stick with the fucking terms in the contract, guy.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I mean, again, I will say this, like if let's say the fight was tracking to sell 2 million pay-per-views, they're probably going to figure it out. But like, I just, like I have never, I don't have any insight into how well you can use these online predictive metrics to know, like, for real, what they're going to translate into for pay-per-view buys. Like I know UFC has like really good ones, like where they, or I mean, I don't even know how sophisticated they are. They might just be as simple as like how many clicks on YouTube embeddeds are there, and then do they translate to pay-per-view buys? Because like being able to predict how big an event is going to be is so fucking valuable. But like, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what they would use for. It really probably honestly is a lot just based on like YouTube attention. Like how many clicks are these videos getting, and looking at who's clicking on them, etc. But I don't know. I would have bought it. I mean, but I buy everything. That's like the one thing that I can't use myself as the example for. It's like most things where I'm like, oh, what's this guy going to do? Like when I'm just trying to predict what a person's going to do, I just go, all right, well, if I was in that situation, what would I do? And then I kind of factor in other factors where it's like, well, that guy's a pussy. I'm not. So he'll probably do something different. But with this kind of thing, it's like, I'm like, well, was I going to buy it? And it's like, well, the answer is always yes, dude. Like of course you were going to, like, I'm going to buy everything. So
if you're thinking maybe I'm going to watch it, that already means you've decided you're going to watch it.
Oh, dude, I'm watching. I would pay. I use this example all the time. If someone was like, hey, in an hour, these two 65-year-old homeless guys are going to be fighting on the golf course. It's $20 to get in. I'll be like, I'll see you there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pay to watch any two guys fight, dude.
Yeah. What time? Can I bring a friend?
Yep. That's the funniest thing about the Jake Paul thing in general is like, and Logan Paul and the KSI and all that stuff. I wasn't like, that shit was not on my radar at all when it was happening. But like, but now in hindsight, all it really demonstrated is that like the idea has always been that what drives interest in an event is like how these two guys are incredible fighters. Like they're the best fighters in the world and want to see them. Let's see who's the best. And that obviously is a big driver, but like people want to see two people fight. Like if they know who both of them are and they're like, wait, dude, that guy's going to fight that guy. I mean, dude, that's a bigger driver than, hey, these two guys are the most elite fighters in the world. And you're like, yeah, but like, who are they? They're like, they're the best fighters in the world. but who are they? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this guy, oh, Jake Paul or Logan fucking Paul is fighting that other YouTuber. And then that's going to do way bigger numbers just because people are like, they just want to see who's going to win.
It's
If you
such
can,
a weird narrative now, bro, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it because anything that brings more attention to combat sports, as long as it's not a complete fucking shit show where they get in the ring and just straight up embarrass themselves, that I'm not here for. But if they put in some effort and they put in a little bit of training, fuck it, let them fight, bro. I'm here for it.